Welcome back, everybody, to the Johnny Guitar channel. Today we're playing The Outer Worlds. Check. Let me, Okay, I got microphone check, everybody. Alright, I'm super... I really did enjoy The Outer Worlds 1, but you know what? I never finished it. I never beat the game. So today, we're gonna give it another crack. I've downloaded it on my PS5, and we're gonna check it out. I may or may not finish it, but I'm excited for the second game, so I thought I'd at least dip my toes back in the pool, nay, the ocean that is The Outer Worlds. Oh, we're still, okay. Mark subtitles, what? Big text, I like big text.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny.
Okay. This is where it all happens, everybody. I've got 6 points remaining. I kind of want to make a nerd. What do you guys think? Should we do a nerdy guy? My last character was a personality character. Okay, so right off the bat I get bonus to that. Okay. Obviously we want good dexterity. Strength, I don't care. Slap one more into intelligence. Slap one more into dexterity. And perception. Okay. There is only 2 points available, you say. Oh, alright. So, probably stealth. I need to get sneak and hack pick both up to 20 as quick as we can. Same with tech. So let's throw one into tech.
A real scientist.
Ooh, okay. Dialogue is really nice too. I really like to talk my way through shit. I mean, I guess overall we need to get every single skill at least to 20 as soon as possible. I like how you can have like a job. Medical +1. We might do scientist assistant. You're like a low-level assistant, but you are a science assistant. Cashier looks nice. Factory worker has +1 dodge. That's awesome because things are like constantly just falling and okay. All right, we're going with science assistant.
I
We're a
wonder
nerd.
what experiments you were subjected to.
Nerd stuff, bro. Nerd stuff. How many different faces we got? All right. All right. Okay, what kind of cool hair do we have? I mean, you barely get third person. Like, you don't really even get third person in this game. So a lot of this is just ridiculous. Like, why am I doing this? Oh, man, I'm embarrassed to say, but that's... Let's go with this. Let's go with this. Does it matter? Probably not. Probably not. Can I give myself like a lone survivor type beard? Ah, gross. F, I'll take it. I'll take the weird, long-ass beard. Oh, did I go too far? You know what? That looks like me, everybody. Let's call that me. It's close enough. I'm dashing in real life. We are going to call this character. And this may seem weird to you, but I just came up with it and I like it. Ammon Unfrozen is his name. Okay, what? Am I just like making sure that I understand? Okay, cool. Yeah, I accept it. I accept all of this. Welcome everybody to the Johnny Guitar channel. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm super excited for the Outer Worlds 2, the Xbox shit. Yeah, it's gonna be available on PlayStation, right? I'm positive it is. Positive it'll be available on PlayStation. Anyways, I'm excited. Let me know in the comments. Are you excited for the Outer Worlds 2? Have you ever even played these games? The games that we lovingly call Fallout New Vegas in space. I mean, we say that, but it's not exactly like Fallout New Vegas, but you know what? It's close enough, and it's what we got. Okay, so everybody just be happy, chill, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching Johnny Guitar.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend. Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down.
Shit. Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck! Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you. Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
Alright, this is the only way I can get third person, is by turning on the idle camera, which, at least they got it, but I hear that in the Outer Worlds 2 they're going to have real third person gameplay, which is really important for me when I'm RPGing. A lot of times when I'm just traveling across the map or through the towns, I'm in third person mode. I usually just switch to first person for combat. It's been a long time since I've played this game, but I'm really starting to remember, kind of like, I like the worlds, I like the way the game looks. There's a lot of great characterization and RPG elements. It's interesting. Okay, alright, back to it.
now. You've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, law, that stings. Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's choice doesn't like us accepting outside help. Better, thanks to you. I might have bled out on my own. Or worse, had to go begging the boss for some Adrena time. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hullhead grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh? Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time. You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna. The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
Oh, look at that. We have a question. Angelina says, hello, Johnny Guitar. If you like Star Wars, do you think Keanu Reeves would play a great Darth Revan from Knights of the Old Republic? Huh. Knights of the Old Republic. That's interesting because... Wait, what was I going to do? I was going to shoot these. I like how you reference Knights of the Old Republic. I know that Knights of the Old Republic Part 2 was actually done by Oblivion. Obsidian Entertainment, sorry. Keanu Reeves is an interesting actor. Man, it depends on how they write the character, right?
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the... This...
Honestly, though, I would watch Keanu Reeves in most roles. Has Keanu Reeves ever played an evil character? I don't know. Alright, due to complications stemming from being revived after an extended hibernation, your brain processes time differently. Awesome, I have Jet. Sweet. It's called Tactical Time Dilation, and we're going to be using it a lot. It's R1. Okay, awesome. Angelina mentions Oblivion Remastered. Yeah, definitely check out the channel. I played Oblivion Remastered. I didn't do the vampire thing. You know what I mean? Though, I guess that is a question. Is playing as a vampire in Oblivion fun? I don't know. I don't know if I ever liked playing as a vampire in any of the Elder Scrolls games. Okay, okay. Give me a moment. My question to you is, did you play Knights of the Old Republic Part 2? Is that a good game? Because I recently downloaded it on my laptop. I'm thinking of playing it, and I'm thinking of putting it here on the Johnny Guitar channel. So there are some aspects of this game I don't love, and one of those is, I mean, I guess I've grown accustomed to it playing the Elder Scrolls and Fallout games, but in those games you could kind of pick up everything, even if it's useless, like these bottles here, or, I don't know, I feel like the looting is not preferable, like, anyways, like this guy. He's clearly wearing boots and an outfit, but I really can only grab some of these items from him. I think they did that with Fallout 76 as well, where you don't actually loot the items on the enemy, you loot like a randomized version of the items. Angelina asks if I've ever seen One Piece animated series. Character Diamante, like Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. I will look that up. I will. Alright, let's do a little more combat. Pick up some stuff. Yeah. I'm not really sure what build I'm going to do. I was thinking Science Charisma. Just Science Charisma, whatever that build is.
Come out and play! Break you! Break you pay!
Gotta get used to the buttons. The buttons are all weird for me. You know, regardless, regarding that Keanu Reeves comment earlier about Darth Revan, Knights of the Old Republic, like, I just want them to keep making more Star Wars content. I am not a huge fan of Star Wars, but I am a really big comic book fan. I love comic books, been collecting them my whole life, and as a result, I've really grown to love the Star Wars comic books, and through the medium of comics, I've grown to love the Star Wars universe, and obviously I've seen all the movies. I think it's just the comics that really drew me in, the older comics as well as the modern comics. So yeah, I just want them to keep making Star Wars material. I want them to keep making TV shows. They're not all going to be successful, unfortunately, but just keep doing it. Don't give up, you guys. Keep giving me Star Wars content. Even if I like only half of it, I'll be satisfied. And for the most part, I've actually enjoyed a lot of the Star Wars content that's come out in the past couple years.
Hey!
What about you?
Get over here!
here before you get yourself killed. Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. You out of your mind? No way. Once we've dealt with these marauders, I'm hunting that sick freak down. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs some. Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go. Got them! Collect a fine bounty.
I just earned a fine bonus. This is gonna take a lot of paperwork.
Okay, so in this game, because we're taking over the identity of the man that we killed when our pod crashed on this planet, Captain Hawthorne, we're taking over his identity, which is a really clever way of allowing you to create your own character, yet still have something that in-game people call you. People will call me Captain Hawthorne because I'm lying. But we get to take over his ship, the Unreliable. And I know that you can't create your own ship like you can in, No Man's Sky or Starfield, but I like the Unreliable. So today I'm going to kind of play the game. The goal is to get the ship up and running and get the hell off this planet. Let us begin.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. I detect an elevated heart rate, indicating dishonesty. Please prepare yourself for lethal deterrence. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Prepare to eject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I deduce from the tone of your voice that Captain Hawthorne failed to meet you at the designated location. I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand? Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time. The navigation console is offline at this time, Captain.
Okay, sweet, we got to level up. So, as this game progresses, we're going to be picking up lots of different companions.
Due to catastrophic power failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown.
Nice. Okay, so we really need to get that power regulator in order to gain full access to the ship. But this game is really about companions.
If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain.
Thank you, Ada. This game is really about companions, and I think Obsidian Entertainment does that really well. They did that in Fallout New Vegas, which features some of my favorite companions in any Fallout game. So this game is going to be companion heavy, dialogue heavy. We are going to, just right from the get-go, we're going to choose the companions that I like, and we're going to ignore all the rest of them. It's going to streamline the game, because once again, I've never... Oh, I can sleep here? I've never completed this game, so I just kind of want to get it. Just do it. Just do it. That's why also we're playing on... We're playing on a story mode. Okay, you know what? I like Ammon Unfrozen. He looks very much like me. My beard is not nearly that full or long, but otherwise... He's a ringer. So, until my skills, the individual skills, get to level 50, I can just hit the kind of like the larger skill here, and I'll get points. Okay. How many points do I... Okay, so we need to get everything in the dialogue tree up to 20. Remember, 20 is kind of the first place we need to get skills to. Okay, all of my tech is good. Determination up to 20 would be super useful because it helps my... Okay, so I'm definitely going to need to get... Whatever. We're getting everything up to 20 eventually, okay? That's what I'm saying. Every single skill will eventually get its way up to 20. Okay, we got perks now. Oh, did I also tell you what I want to do? I've never taken any of the flaws in the system. Yes, you get flaws. They're very much like the traits that you find in Fallout New Vegas. We're going to go over them once one of them appears, but there are flaws, and it's great. It's great. Okay. So first off, there's certain skills that I like. So sprint speed and walk speed, obviously I want to be fast. I want to get through this. Crit damage is obviously also what we'll be going for. I think I like... We need time dilation. The jet recharge rate is what we're doing. Okay, also apply that. Okay, let's jump back into it, everybody. Thank you for watching Johnny Guitar.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. I'm afraid we gotta dock your pay. Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Patricia, welcome back to the Johnny Guitar channel. Good to see you. How you doing? I hope all is well. I saw the Xbox showcase, and there are a lot of cool games that Xbox kind of like threw out there. But for me and my money, I like the Outer Worlds. And so, okay, so here we go. Oh god. Now, once again, I've never beat this game, and I feel like because there is a point where this game kind of falls off, it stops being as interesting to me. I don't know. We're going to be studying that as we go on. Like, there's a point where I just kind of lose interest in this game. I've gotten about halfway through it. Now, the sequel does look better. Outer Worlds 2 does look better. It looks like it kind of adds in a few more elements that I'm interested in. But on the surface, in general, this is an interesting game. I love how they satire capitalism. I live in a very capitalist country, and there are definitely flaws to capitalism. It's probably, you know, and what do we say here? Oh, it's better than the alternative. But The Outer Worlds shows us a version of hyper-capitalism, where everybody is owned by these competing corporations. And that idea is interesting to me. So we're going to be playing this game and we're going to be making decisions as I would. This character, in essence, is me. Ammon Unfrozen. So we're going to be making the kind of decisions I would make. We're going to be siding with the kind of people I would side with. But we're also going to try to streamline this experience so that we can just get through the opening part of this game. Once again, because like I said, I've played, probably not half. I've played like a third of this game. And I'm really hoping that, because the Outer Worlds 2 comes out in October, and it'll probably be delayed a little bit. So we have time. We have until October to beat the Outer Worlds 1. Thank you for watching, Johnny Guitar. Patricia, thanks for joining us. I'm glad that you at least got to see your guy play this game. Alright, I think I need to have a little bit of dialogue with this guy.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Hey, we got a little bit of wisdom from Patricia. She says, capitalism is like how democracy was described by Winston Churchill. It's the worst system except for all the other things that have been tried now and then. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, oh, it's got a lot of flaws, but what you gonna do? But I do like the idea that if you take it too far, and maybe one day the human race will make it out into the solar system, into space. And maybe governments won't bring us there, but maybe corporations will bring us into space. And then at that point, do they own us? Are they the government, essentially? There's a lot of questions here. And in a humorous way, The Outer Worlds kind of tackles a lot of those questions.
Got a knack for being discreet like? There's money to be made, long as you keep your nose clean. Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see? 4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad. Yeah? Former people, yeah. Marauder's been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards. Oh no. They are after the most precious loot of all. Spacer's Choice Company property. If those marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery, company's gonna duck my pay. You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look at us and say, those Edgewater saps lost near every soul to plague. But you'd be wrong. We're survivors. Loyal company folk, brave in the wilds. Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on the frontier, I suppose. A body grows accustomed. Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road.
There's a really cool like frontier cowboy vibe going on here in Edgewater. It's very cool. I like the vibe of this place for sure. We are going to be doing a lot of little side quests. I don't know why. I think they just kind of make you do a lot of little side quests just so you have a better idea of how the game works. So we can't just get the power regulator and bounce. There's definitely going to be a lot of hoopla and side quests involved. So you know what? Sit back, grab yourself a can of salt tuna. Let's do it.
I've got some time. Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
Latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
If only McDevitt...
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to, where am I again? What? No, I'm Winslow. Lester Winslow. Says so right on my permanent record. I am in no condition to do any work. Not so long as my injuries trouble me. Yep. Got my mitt stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on Zero G Brew. After the second bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional. Oh, you can say that again. The Spacer's Choice family is the only family I'll ever need.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness. So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment. Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions. As broke as pie crust, friend. Bitless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch. With what? My own blood? Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers! No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions. Much obliged. What can I do for you? You know about Eugene? How? Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave. That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's Choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I? Yes, I suppose I must. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature, and an IOU.
Wish we had some better rations.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. What? Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy. You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state? What? No. I mean, I might be. That depends on who's asking. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it. Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives. I know that, but I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead. All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic. I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do. Alright, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you. I'm paid better than Abernathy. Whatever he's giving you, I will do you one better. That's all I can ask of you.
Wish we had some better rations.
Hey, you hear about Wilson? You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Eugene wasn't family. Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism. I'm plenty serious. In fact, I'm a little upset Eugene didn't think things through. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Ah, crap. I went through the wrong door. So, some things are really interesting to me about this world, and I feel like they're not always explained. Like, looks like there was like a whole neighborhood right outside the walls, but I guess the story is marauders took over, and as a result, all of this housing was abandoned. And everybody kind of fled behind the, I mean, a lot of it I'm figuring out just by looking at it and knowing the situation. Have they actually said that so far, though? Have they said, hey, we've been under attack lately? I mean, I guess they say that their economy has kind of crumbled and they're, like, not doing... Oh, is there a mausoleum? Does someone get a mausoleum? They're saying their economy is kind of crumbled and they're not doing well and they're poor, so... Stuff is happening, but... Okay, that's all stealing. There's no repercussions for stealing if I don't get seen. Meaning there's no reputation system. Okay, let's make our way over to Ludwig. He's the last person that we need to collect gravesite fees for. And then we'll go speak with the dude who runs this entire town. I believe his name is Reed. We'll go talk to him, and he's like the corporate representative here in town. Spacer's Choice. It's not the best, it's Spacer's Choice. Okay, so let's do this. This guy is a bit of a kook, so let's have fun with it.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. Just my luck. I ask for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. All right. Listen real close. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance? I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saltuna cans, mostly. Some Spacer's chaw. Few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid. Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
Okay. So, of course, The Outer Worlds 1 from 2019 is actually not that big of a game. And we're going to be exploring that as we go, but it's open world to a point. It's definitely more of a sandbox game. But the promise they've given us with The Outer Worlds 2 is that the game is going to be twice as big. A lot more of an open world RPG, and I'm pretty excited about that. Okay, Let's grab this guy's fees, return to the grave guy, and then go talk to Reed.
Bring us honor, soldier. You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer, a weapon to strike fear in their cold, mechanical hearts. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years. On the double, soldier. Don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop. I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling. Mechanical repellent. A stroke of inspiration from the law itself. Here, I've been saving up a couple of bits for just such a project.
Fancy threads. That some kind of hibernation suit? Yeah? What about him? Well, yeah. It's what I'm contractually obligated to do. What's this about? Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead. Suit yourself. What's on your mind? You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime. Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another. Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy. What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. A, for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see? Yeah?
Alright, let's do a level up, everybody. Let's do a level up. Okay, so once again, we need to get everything to 20. Wonderful. We now get a sneak attack with bonus damage. We can now unlock the ability to sell goods. Ooh, we can now visit vending machines, which is going to be our main merchant in the game. You don't really sell stuff to people. You seem to sell stuff mostly to vending machines. Okay. So we are already competent in all of these. Let's get leadership moving in the right direction. Shoot. Let's go with ranged. I know it's a drop in the bucket, but we're not really, well, the thing is I do use melee. We will end up using one-handed melee. It's useful in plenty of situations. Alright, whatever. Let's apply that. Yeah, I accept. Oh, and then I didn't get a perk point, and that's okay. I think maybe you get one every other skill level. Okay, I want to go find that hidden weapon in the cantina. Let's do this, everybody. Before we do that, though, let's check out my weapons. So I've only got a light pistol. I've got a saber. What's this? Telescoping staff. It's a two-handed. Nah, let's do one-handed. We'll throw are all of them level 1 weapons? They are. Great. We'll throw the saber on. Armor management. Got it. Where I manage. Compare the armor. Ooh, I can junk armor. Okay. So the thing is, you don't want to wear okay, so this says Marauder armor. Mining gear that's been changed. You don't really want to wear Marauder gear when you're in town. Okay, so I've actually only got my hibernation suit. Okay, well, we'll just keep an eye out. So if I break this down... Ooh, okay, let's just break all of this down. So we get armor parts when you break stuff down, and we will later at a Tinker's Workbench, we can use armor parts to repair or upgrade our gear. So same with this. If we break that down and get weapon parts, wonderful. Now, I could also obviously sell this stuff, and it's possible that that would be better for us, but you know what? Money is weird in this game. I don't really use a ton of money. I mean, we already have all of these amazing consumables. I've got Adreno. What else can we put there? Consumables are really like where the buffs are. Like this one gives me health regeneration 200% for 2 minutes. So let's go ahead and equip that, I guess. Yeah, a lot of these last for 2 minutes, so that's kind of interesting. Okay. I will say I really love the world building. Like even the little advertisements, they've created like their own sport. It's well thought out to a point. One thing that does bother me about this game, everybody, let's get into it. It'll just take a moment. The Marauders, everybody. The Marauders are pretty faceless. Like, you gotta think, who are the Marauders? And there will be hints throughout the game as to who they are. And yes, I know the DLC covers the Marauders in more detail. But you get the feeling like they're just faceless enemies with no personality. Like, who are they? Where did they come from? Are they deserters? Did they get to this planet the same way that everybody else did, through the corporate spaceships? Or did they crash land on this planet separately? Why can't I talk with them? Why are they only... They seem to be mindless, almost like zombies. At least the raiders and bandits in Skyrim and Fallout 4, they would like have conversations with each other. We understood what they wanted. They wanted drugs and they wanted caps. Or they wanted septums or whatever, right? Like, we understood where these characters, what they wanted. But the Marauders, like, yeah, maybe they want gold, but who are they selling the gold to? They seem to be zombies. Do they just want to eat your flesh? Maybe. So even though there's all this world building, amazing world building, I feel like this game falls short on its explanation of who the Marauders are, what their motivation is, and why can't I join them? You know, why are they just like a faceless enemy that just comes at me like an animal?
Bring us honor, soldier. Feast your eyes, soldier. This here's a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig. Fun. This ain't some quarterly performance review, soldier. Ours is a grave and sacred duty. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module. If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of 0G to your memory.
Okay, we're gonna jump back on to the main quest here. The main quest is going to take me to the geothermal plant anyways, eventually. It's kind of nice how all the quests, particularly in this opening town, you could tell that the developers spent a lot of time with this opening town, Edgewater. But the quests all kind of weave in and out of the same locations. Meaning it makes it really easy to pick up like every single quest in the town and complete them all, because most locations are going to complete multiple quests at the same time. Anyways, great job, Obsidian Entertainment. You guys are pretty awesome. Let's go speak with the town leader, Reed Thompson. See if we can find a power regulator or whatever that is. We're also going to meet our first companion, and possibly the companion who is the most well thought out as far as personality goes and stuff like that. Anyways, you guys, like the video, subscribe. Let's get the Johnny Guitar channel moving in the right direction. Thanks for watching.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry.
Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
So have you guys ever seen Joss Whedon's Firefly series? Great TV show. I really enjoyed it. I love Firefly. We're going to see a lot of similarities between the TV show Firefly and The Outer Worlds, and I'm here for it. I love it. Also, I don't know if you guys were listening to that conversation, but they're definitely putting human meat into the salt tuna cans.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. I am not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Yeah, Pavarti is a dead ringer for the, mechanic girl from Firefly. Like, she sounds exactly like her. She has the same personality, the same kind of like awkward, quirky, cute engineer girl. It's uncanny. It's uncanny. This game might as well be called Firefly.
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place. Can't say as I know. I wasn't there. The sound carried, but not the words. If Mr. Thompson ain't of a mind to tell you his own self, you'd best ask Miss McDevitt, if you can get out to her. Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Oh my god, you guys, we are about to delve into one of the more interesting parts of the game. There is a religion in this game, so think about what kind of religion would come from a hyper-capitalist society, a society that's been separated from the planet Earth. We actually don't know what happened to planet Earth in this game. We are from Earth, but like I said earlier, the corporations are what brought us out to space, and it's been several generations, so I have no idea what's happened to Earth. And so a lot of the religions that we typically think about as Earth religions, those are gone. Those are out of the water. These people have been here enough generations to create their own religion. But you have two sides of this religion. You have the side that was essentially created by the corporation, because of course the corporations would want to control the residents through religion, to control the masses, the people. So you have like a corporate-based religion, but then you also have ideas that are anti-corporate, heresies. So yes, I find, once again, this is excellent lore building. They've created their own religion here. So anyways, let's dive into this conversation and figure out what the predominant religion is out here among the stars in these outer worlds.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town? They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No. How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands. The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion at the beginning of time. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in that grand plan. The Order of Scientific Inquiry, also known as scientism to the layperson. You don't talk to the Grand Architect. Once the universe was set in motion, it stepped back. It has no concern for us. We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. Once we are able to deduce the properties of every particle in the universe and its trajectory, we will know everything. The future, the past, each person's place within the plan, all will be laid out before us, removing struggle and bringing peace. No one will ever need question their path again. Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock mankind's true potential, and we will all become akin to grand architects ourselves, after a fashion. I would love to discuss the finer points of my religion with you. Oh, wait. No, I wouldn't. Seriously, though, to truly understand the metaphysics involved takes years of study and contemplation.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book. I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption. Glad we see eye to eye. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Okay, so we have two things we need to locate outside of town. Let's see. So obviously, well, there's more than just two things we need to... we need to grab the manual. What else? Yeah, we need to go find Madeline, but there was another one. Oh, this one. Okay, we're gonna go to the geothermal plant. Let's check out this real quick. Okay. So here's where we would get the medical supplies, like the antibiotics that Old Man Hawthorne, or Old Man Abernathy wants. And then this is where we would get it slightly closer. Okay, let's go get the illustrated manual first. As you can see, like I said, it's not a giant space, right? Like there's just a couple little sections we need to travel to. So it's not going to take us long. Okay, whatever. Let's go for the manual first, and then we will come back. Maybe we'll go for the manual, and then go get the antibiotics for Abernathy. And then we'll go to the botanical gardens. Now, when asked what I would do, that's a good question, because the Vicar Max said that if the goal is to save everybody's life... Seriously? Mother F, why am I outside of town? Oh my god, I hate this. I don't want to run all the way around the city walls, so I feel like even with load times, it would be quicker just to run through the center of town. I don't know why the quest markers don't guide me towards the closest exit, you know what I mean? Like, clearly, this side of town's exit would be the one I would take. Anyways, there's a good question. Like, personally, if we're talking about me, or if we're talking about the choices I would make in life, screw this corporation. I'm not a fan of Spacer's Choice. So I'm probably going to support the deserters. Like, screw the corporation. If you guys are able to eke out a living on the edges of the wilderness, then do it. Have fun with that. Don't join a corporation just because you have to. Anyways. Let's do our best to survive, shall we? There's going to be lots of enemies to deal with. And I don't think I have a lot of great weapons, do I? Didn't I get a weapon from that dude? Where's... I swear to God. Did I not get a weapon from that son of a bitch? Okay, Pavardi, watch my back.
The last of them! Oh, wow!
Alright, let's do a level up, everybody. Let's do a level up. What do we have? What do we have going on? Okay, so now we've got determination going on. So the inhaler heals me and my companions, but they get 30% of the healing effect. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Pavardi's health is a little low at the moment. So if I use my inhaler to heal, she'll get 30% of that. So that is actually very useful for what we're doing here today. Let's get this up to 20, just so I unlock power and sweep attacks. Won't be using them a lot, but we got them available. And then let's just throw the rest into guns. Okay. Sweet. Accept it. I accept it. Got it. Melee power attacks. So I get one more in perks. As you can see, I'm not able to get into the next tier. So when my companions kill an enemy, I get 50% XP from that. That might actually be super useful. Armor rating, crit chance, weapon durability, sprint speed, walk speed. Obviously, I'm going to want all those. Ooh, this one means my slow the world. Okay, you know, let's start with this one, my companions. You know, I'm just getting more XP, which is going to lead to more level ups, which is the important thing. Okay, sweet. This is going really well, everybody. Really, really well. Okay, so vending machine, right? I don't understand what's happening here. Okay, I do. I now understand what's happening. So I don't think it normally sells the item that is currently equipped. So let's go ahead and sell all junk first. Oh god, that's really loud. Okay. I need to find something that's not Marauder armor. So then normally in my mind I think you make the most money off of just selling all these food items. And one of the reasons for that is that during the heat of battle, I never frickin' use any of these. I never pause the game and eat bunch of nanners. You know what I mean? Like I never end up selling this stuff. So it ends up just taking up room in my inventory. So here's a couple mods I have where, ooh. Oh, I could put a backpack on whatever arm. Okay, so when we get a nice set of armor, something that I actually like, not this hibernation suit, we'll put a backpack on it. But we gotta wait until we find a armor that's not Marauder based. Because people will comment on that. They will comment that I look like a Marauder. Oh shit, okay. Feel like we've already alerted everybody to our presence. Shit. Okay, we need to get the first aid room key. I think we just need to slaughter everybody in this building, Parvati, because I think one of these jerkholes has the very key that we are looking for. So let's just... let's start slaughtering everybody. Can I save the game? I can. Okay, do I got like a quick save option? Okay, new save data. Got it. Was that it? Okay. Pavarti, we are going to slaughter every single one of these sons of bitches. Do you have my back?
Something there?
We're gonna cruise back to town. I wonder if we can fast travel. I haven't really tested that out yet. So we'll try to see if we can fast travel, but we need to talk to Old Man Abernathy. I don't think I'm going to sell Old Man Abernathy the medicine. I think I'd rather give it to the Esther character. She seems... Yeah, Old Man Abernathy seems like he's just a... There, is that the fast... Okay, yeah, fast travel. Old Man Abernathy seems like he's going to die no matter what, so... Gross. 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 Worst. Just gross. Okay, let's sell it to Esther Blaine, and then let's go talk to the Vicar Max. And, yeah.
I've got... Thanks. I'll see to it that this medicine gets to the people who need it. Here, something for your trouble. Nothing personal, but I hope we never do business together again. Don't want to make a habit of consorting with smuggler types. And there it is. The reason I don't like depending on a criminal. I kept a little contingency fee in case you decided to shake me down. Somebody deserving. Silas on account of him being out in the cold. Amelia seeing how she's around people all the time. Anybody in the sick room?
You wanna mingle, go try the cantina. You what? But why? I was dependent on you. Does it feel good? Robbing an old man of his last shred of hope? Betray a man in his final hours? Of course, I understand. Hell, I'd probably do the same to you, given the chance. So, you just here to watch me die, or what?
Oh, okay. I thought that I already grabbed the book, but I guess I must have read a note that was about the collector abandoning his home. Okay, so there's a small cave not far from here. Let's make sure this is the proper exit, though, because once again... Okay, that's where the cave is. It's on the north-ish side of... Yeah, see? So I feel like... No, that's not the right... The north side of town should be where I exit. I can't tell. I think it's this way. This game is... Okay, anyways. Let's go find us this manual. Then we can talk to Vicar Max. And then I think we might be done for the night. Because we can always come back to this later. I was kind of hoping we could get through the entire Edgewater quests by the end of the live stream, but I feel like we still have, in addition to what I'm doing here, I feel like we still have like an hour and a half's worth of content still to go. So with that in mind, are there enemies inside of this building? Let's go check.
You got him. We can handle this. That's the last of them.
Any progress on that matter we discussed? Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn. Well, yes. But I assure you, it was not for personal gain, only for the greater good. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted. Bokonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
Okay, so the Philosophists are then a different type of religion, or a competing mindset within the same religion, it seems like. Very interesting. Once again, I love this lore and how they've created these like corporate-based religions. Also, once again, if you've ever seen Joss Whedon's TV show Firefly, you'll know that there's a similar type preacher character. So once again, this video game might as well be called Firefly.
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bokonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death. The story of my life. Most laypeople are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's how I ended up assigned prison duty, where I was fool enough to let an inmate bend my ear with stories of an original Bokonu journal. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew. Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free spiritual counseling, and I'd be happy to watch your back. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand, if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well. Fantastic. Let me get my things in order, and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave Emerald Vale.
Okay, remarkable, remarkable. We now have 2 companions, though the vicar won't join me just yet, but he will eventually. He will eventually. Let's spend this level up. Wow, we're already to level 5. Awesome, okay. So it looks like... For some of these skills, let's go ahead and just throw a couple into that. We'll slowly make our way to get inspiration up to 20. I feel like that's all I need is inspiration up to 20. Some of this stuff, though, we need to start making our way up to 40. So which one of these is going to be... Tinkering cost would be good. Getting lockpick up to 40 looks interesting. Look at that. For hack, unlock access to restricted items in vending machines. Awesome. Pickpocket. What do we got here? Terrify, scramble, cower. What about handguns? Okay, let's start moving handguns and long guns up to 40. In addition to that, I don't mind throwing some into dialogue. Okay. Let's accept that. You have unlocked location hit effects for time for Jet. Okay, cool. Yeah. Hitting people in the face usually seems to be the best way to play any game, honestly. Just smacking people right in the face. Oh, but it looks like Pravarti has something. Okay, so I'm not really able to mess with her skills too much. I am able to, like, give her whatever weapons or armor I come across that I want to give her. But I am able to give her this. She gets her own little perk points. So, just by having her in my party, I can get my engineering up by 10 points. I don't know if that's useful. She could be sneaky. Yeah, I don't want anyone killing Pravarti. I guess I could just increase her maximum health. No, screw that. Screw that. Screw that. Because I'm playing on story mode, I don't think she's killable. So I don't really need her to have more base health or whatever. We're going to be focusing on the amount of damage she does and whatever bonus she could give me as a person. So it looks like in the next one... Yeah, because look at that. 10% chance to extract mods in the field. Okay, awesome. I accept the choice I've made. Got it. Got it. Okay, that's it for the day, everybody. I gotta work in the morning. I've got shit I need to do. It's been fun, though. I think we will keep jumping back into this. Like I said, we have until October when the Outer Worlds Part 2 comes out. So I feel like we'll probably be able to beat this game between now and October. Thank you guys for watching the Johnny Guitar channel. Like and subscribe. Let me know if you're excited for Outer Worlds 2. You guys are awesome. I hope you're doing well. I really do. I hope that you're doing well. Anyways, everybody, thank you for watching Johnny Guitar. We will see you next time we play the Outer Worlds.